Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig into take a look at Bitcoin's daily analysis, remember this is for edutainment only and not to be considered as financial advice. Additionally, when you feel value's been added, smash the like, ring my bell, and hit subscribe if you haven't. And also share my analysis with your friends and family. Let's dig in and take a look at the news first, and then we'll look at the charts. An article in Cointelegraph.com mentioned that Bitcoin hodlers are targeting 100,000. Is what's preventing the 40% price drawdown. I agree with that. They cited data from on-chain, etc., showing that. So what does that mean for you? I've mentioned this in the past, and it's worth reminding people that when we're approaching all-time high or approaching a new all-time high, something like 100K, make sure to take partial profit because it's going to tank afterwards. And by taking profit, it'll help you have some dry powder set aside so that you can buy the dips or dips. The second news item is the Bitcoin Lightning surpasses Liquid by capacity for the first time. And I believe they, let me give you some numbers here. And this is an article from u.today. So this mainly just shows more adoption for the Lightning Network, and it's growing. And there were some numbers. Oh yeah, here we go. Liquid is another layer 2 that sits on top of Bitcoin's blockchain, and that's what Lightning is. Lightning is also a layer 2, and it just helps take things off chain so they can process faster and then put it back on chain in chunks. I'm trying to find these numbers for you here. Oh yeah, here we go. The Lightning Network used to process about 1,100 bitcoins as far as its capacity, and recently it's gone up to 3,679 bitcoins, and so that's more than threefold, so that's pretty good. And I think they're going to continue to grow as more adoption, especially from retail. And I wish the central exchanges, Bitcoin central exchanges like Binance, FTX, etc., would adopt it to help reduce fees when customers are transferring. So let's dig into the chart. Hang on a second here. Let me get this. I shared this earlier, but it's worth sharing again. Let's take a look at the. Hang on here. I need you to just give you a status update on the. Here we go. So market cap, I showed this earlier, but here's an update for the current crypto market cap, 1.93 trillion, and that's up from the past several days, up 5.82, so that's looking good. And Bitcoin's market cap right now is roughly $789.3 billion. Let's take a look at the overall heat map for the crypto market right now. It's still predominantly green, so that's good. And Bitcoin's dominance is 41, just over 41, 41.02. And yeah, it's looking pretty good today. And this is mainly propelled by the equities market and the positive companies' earning reports. And so we dive into, let's get rid of that. Let's blow this up a little bit. Now we are in the trading view chart. Let me get my mouse highlighter on. What do we have here? We have, why is that space there? We don't need a space there. So BTC second daily bullish candle is chopping around the upper range of 41.5K. Based my summary yesterday, I mentioned that it's going to chop between 39.6 and 41.5. It's been hanging around on that upper range, so that's cool. And it when I did this chart, it went as high as 41.8 and a low of 40.6, and so it was at 41.4. It's came up a little bit, 41.5 if you want to round it up. The risk-off sentiment propelled by positive earnings in the equities markets pushing the price up. I already mentioned that. Bitcoin is following the bounce. And so several over the weekend, I mentioned that there's this pattern here when Bitcoin hits the bottom. When Bitcoin hits the top of this ascending channel, it bounces back down, hits the bottom after some consolidation, and it could bounce back up. And previously, it can bounce up to this ascending triangle resistance here, or it can bounce all the way back up here. But first, it's gonna bounce to here. So, and also, first it has to break some major resistance slash support levels. So the next resistance would be the 50-day moving average here, and the bull market support band up here, and the Bollinger basis line here. So it's got some work to do because they dropped back below those. Now it has to break back above those. So here's the bounce that I was talking about. So it's so far 2 days in a row. It's been following that bounce line. We'll see what happens in the near term, but it's so heavily impacted by the stock market, especially tech sector. Let's see here. So Bitcoin is below the bull market, the Bollinger Band, the middle basis line, and it's been below that for 14 days. 12 days was the recent longest period, and 38 days was the other longer period before that. I'll show that to you. So here's the Bollinger basis line right here, this blue line. So currently it's below there, 14 days. But notice that it's the middle basis of the Bollinger is descending. So they're going to intersect if Bitcoin keeps climbing. So previously, right here, here's the middle of the Bollinger Band. It was below that. That's roughly around 12 days there or so. And then before that, here we have a longer period where it dropped below the Bollinger Band. This is December the 25th. Dropped below and stayed below for quite some time as the Bollinger Band kept dropping, and Bitcoin kept dropping too until this period here in February the 4th. Then it popped back up. So yeah, it's so just to give you an idea of what happens after it drops below the Bollinger Band. So it could pop up, because and then it because it's close to going above, or it could extend some more. More than likely, it's going to pop up above sooner than 28 days. Oh, 38 days, sorry. The traded volume level, here's the highest traded volume price level here, down here. And we're currently up here, which is somewhat like average, I would say. Yeah, it's somewhat average. So not much to worry about there or think about. But as far as the daily volume, though, it's back below the moving average. Let's go to the KDJ down here. KDJ, the white J line is still spiking up pretty. I'm going to expand this out a little bit so it's easier for you to see. Rearrange some of this stuff. There we go. So the KDJ line is going up sharply still, and it was registered at 69. I gave that, and it's almost entering the upper range, which starts at 80. As you can see, upper range right here, that's when it really pops here. So I gave that a bull. The MACD line, the white MACD, rounded the bottom yesterday or the day before, and then now it's curving up, and soon it could hit the red signal line here, and it registered at negative 770. So it's a bearish pattern, but it's bullish trending because it's curving up, and eventually it's gonna go above the red signal line. So I gave that a bear and a bull here. The red RSI, the red RSI, CVD, and the momentum lines are trending up intraday in the past couple days. So that's pretty bullish when all three are trending together, with KDJ too. RSI is at 47.43, and that's just below the middle mark. So it could go either way, but it's currently trending up. The blue CVD line right here is at 1.815 million, and I gave that a bull also. But you want to take a look at what's happening like in the last handful of days. So it's trending slightly up, but if you look at longer term, it's still below its high here. So as far as where it is within its range, it's more towards the upper half for the for the blue CVD line. For the white momentum indicator line, this line down here, it's chopping up at negative 1,284, and I gave that a bull. But where is it relative to its ranges? It's probably just right in the middle, if not just below the middle. Here's the bottom here. Here's the top here. This is where it's at, right there. So just maybe just slightly below middle, a little bit. So you combine them. We have bullish KDJ. We have somewhat, bullish trending, though bearish printing, MACD. And we have these three are trending bullish down here, RSI, CVD, and MOM. That's combined together. It's a really strong signal that it could potentially continue to go up and follow this bounce line here. And again, this really depends on the equities market at this point. That could change. So in summary, BTC is likely to chop between 41 and 42K. I forgot something else. Forgot to add this for you guys. Because there's Max Payne in there. I did the Max Payne update for you too. There you go. And Max Payne is going to range between 41 and 42. So and Max Payne is for options, which is correlate with the spot market. So you get the 20th, 21st is 41K, 22nd and 29th, 42K. So something to keep in mind. As far as entry prices, which I continue to forget to cover in the video themselves, basically right here, the FOMO level will be roughly 39.6 still. Those of you who got here, that's great. Another level, the FOMO level is 5%. 39K would be another 5%. And then as we move down here, I should turn this on so you can see the levels. No, that's not what I want. Let's see this. Here we go. So below we have, it's just so cluttered. That's why I turned them off. But let me turn them on so you can see. Okay, so here we go. So here's some more levels for you. I'm going to turn this up here. So again, I'm just going to go through it again. 39.6, 5%. 39K, 5%. 37.5, 10%. 35, 20%. 32K, 30%. 30K, 25%. And at 25K, if we get down there, 10%. But if we don't, you still have dry powder sitting on the side for additional for dips in the future. So those are entry levels that may benefit you. Again, that's for edutainment only and not financial advice. See, it looks so cluttered and busy. Ugh. Okay. I am gonna turn them off before I as far as let's see, we got that. Let's take a look at the I thought I prepped all this stuff already, but I didn't. Let's take a look at the liquidation levels. So here we have an overage of longs here when so long and that's the cumulative liquidation levels delta. That delta just means difference between something and something else. So we have these long levels down here, which are 25 to 100x high leverage, and these are the high leverage short positions, 25 to 100x. You take the money from the longs here, you minus the money in the long levels here, in the short levels here, then you get this, and it's roughly currently at $3.34 billion on Binance alone. So more people are there is more money in high leverage long positions right now, as far as an overage. Let's take a look at the heat map so you can see what we have. Okay, so here's Bitcoin's current heat map. We got 50 sell walls are on top, buy walls on the bottom. If you need a reference to what that means, check out the links in the description or on Twitter. 50K sell wall still here. We got this is where Bitcoin is currently 41.4, and we got a buy wall below at 38K. You notice it got lighter yellow back here when price was dropping lower. It was more reddish. We got 35K wall still there. Sorry, I have allergies. And this, excuse me. Whoa. Here we have 32K wall. That was there briefly when price was dropping, and then it disappeared. And then we have the 30K wall, buy wall still here, and the 25. Notice how it got really thick here, got more bigger, and then disappeared, and then we got back to the normal 25, and then around 20. So that pretty much covers the Bitcoin daily analysis, and I'll send this out on Twitter as well, so you have a written copy and also charts and stuff. So I appreciate your time. Feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments or on Twitter, and then share with your friends and family. I'll see you in the next video for Luna. It's Terra Tuesday. Peace.